course I'm going to talk about it. Of course we will talk about it. We need to talk about this, guys. What happened last night? Last night was an incredible night for women's collegiate level basketball hoops. Okay, first of all, you already saw my disappointment, how I was hollering into my phone acting a fool last night when I talked about how USC Trojans let the dub slip away from them and allowed the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I love them too. I love Hannah Hidalgo. I'm proud of Hannah Hidalgo getting that game winner, okay? But the fact that the USC Trojans allowed an 11-point lead to slip out of their hands like that, I was disappointed. Mainly in Kennedy Smith. But I came for all the girls. Kennedy Smith and freaking, what's the girl name? London Jones, as well as the coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, okay? I gave them the business. Of course, after I got done recording that, I caught most of the Yukon game, okay? But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of tuned out in the first and second quarter because the Yukon Huskies was doing the Michigan Wolverines. Okay, first of all, I'm an Ohioan. I'm gonna keep saying this, guys, to everybody that's new to my channel. Right now, the game is still going on right now of my Ohio State Buckeyes doing Rutgers. Rutgers doesn't have no touchdowns right now. It's the fourth and final quarter. They got 3 measly points, okay, because special teams gave them a punt from the kickoff. That's it. My Ohio State Buckeyes, we got like what? I think 38 points, 35 points. It's embarrassing. So I decided to watch that game, okay? Today was pretty busy. I woke up at 6 a.m. trying to force myself to do better, okay? Got tired, fell back to sleep for like another hour, woke up, worked out, went to Walmart, went to the post office. I did my errands, okay? Then I was like, at 12 o'clock, I done went grocery shopping and everything. I got me some wings and, some wedges to eat to watch the game, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I said, you know what? As soon as this game is over with, I see, like, obviously Ohio State were number one. I don't have to watch the entire game to see that we're going to win, okay? Again, last night, in the first and second quarter, I'm like, okay, obviously UConn are about to just sweep the Wolverines. Again, the Wolverines are ranked number 6. Again, last night UConn gave them their initial loss of the season, okay, in last night's game. Michigan Wolverines got their first L, okay, due to UConn, ultimately defeating them. But again, the first and second quarter, I'm like, UConn, this is going to be another boring blowout. I'm tired of it. I'm like, you know what, let me just tune out. But something happened in that third quarter. The third quarter, Syla Swords was finding her shot. She was really, really warmed up. Not even warmed up. She was hot. Whereas UConn, on the other hand, they became very stagnant, very cold, slow, and they seemed like they were frustrated, okay? Because we saw Sarah Williams, AZ Fudd, even though shout out to her, she was the leading scorer in last night's game for both teams. AZ Fudd had 31 points, guys. Again, shout out to AZ Fudd. Fudd around, and you're gonna find out. Okay, I love that T-shirt that her mom and dad be wearing in the crowd to her games. I love it. So niche. But in the third quarter, the Yukon Huskies looked terrible. Okay, because again, it was because of one person mainly. Again, I'm not trying to just put all the good credit and good juju. Shout out to Juju Watkins on Silas Swords, but we got to talk about it, okay? Because, again, I don't like Michigan. So I just told y'all, I'm watching the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm a Buckeye fan. But I was like, I can't believe, at one point in this game, I was rooting for the Michigan Wolverines. And I hate everything Michigan. I can't rock with y'all. I'm sorry. I don't hate y'all. But, when it comes to sports, y'all know the rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan. Y'all know where I'm coming from. If you're from Michigan, if you're from Ohio, you know what the beef is. You know our history, okay? It goes deep. It runs deep. So I'm like, there's no way I can root for Wolverines. But at the same time, it would be nice to see somebody humble Yukon Huskies, okay? But so far, nobody has been able to do that because last night, Michigan ultimately got defeated by Yukon. But if Syla Swords, she's a 6-foot guard, 6-foot point guard from Canada. This girl's Canadian, okay? Miss Syla Swords. First of all, her name is so pretty and unique. I like it. Her first and last name, Syla Swords. Chef kiss, right? If it wasn't for her, she and herself alone, her and I'll say Olivia Olsen as well. Again, it's not just Silas Swords, but we got to keep it real. If Silas Swords isn't having $1 million worth of NIL deal right now, at least $1 million, she's getting robbed. That little girl is worth at least, I say, $2 to $3 million. The way that she is literally the Steph Curry of the Michigan Wolverines, she understands the assignment. Anytime they would break the huddle, it was the same thing. It was literally swords or bust. Give the ball to Silas Swords. Feed the ball to Silas Swords if y'all want to continue on the up and up. Okay, we saw them just cut down that point deficit. From first, it was like, they were down like 20 points at the half. It didn't make no sense. Until the third quarter, they got so hot. The UConn Huskies only was able to put up 4 points in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry, not the fourth, the third quarter. When have we ever seen the UConn Huskies be that stagnant offensively and so weak defensively? When was the last time we seen them play like that? I would say, you know what, last December when Paige Beckers and Juju Watkins had that first matchup initially, when it was the USC Trojans versus the UConn Huskies. In that first half of that game, it was like the UConn Huskies forgot how to play basketball, but not to the point where they only scored 4 points and won a whole quarter. I've never seen them do that. I've never seen them crumble like that. Again, shout out to Syla Swords, guys. Syla Swords alone pretty much brung UConn to their knees. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Shout out to Syla Swords. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. I can't believe I just said that. Again, last night's game, guys, it concluded with the UConn Huskies barely winning. Okay, they had 3 points, but you know what I'm saying. They had 72 points. Michigan had 69 points. Let's talk about the individual player statistics for each team, for each player. So for Michigan, let's start off with them. Silas Swords, the main people. Silas Swords had 29 points, 3 assists, 9 rebounds. She almost had a double-double. Olivia Austin, she was the second leading scorer. She had 18 points, 1 assist, 10 rebounds, a double-double. Now let's talk about them UConn Huskies, okay? Sarah Williams had 6 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. She was struggling, more than what she normally is, okay? Sarah Strong, shout out to her. She had a double-double. She had 16 points, 6 assists, 20 rebounds. KK Arnold only had 6 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. AZ Fudd had 31 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. Ashlyn Shade had 8 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Like, yeah, everybody else was just everybody else. It was literally mainly about, it was pretty much AZ Fudd versus Syla Swords. It was AZ Fudd versus Syla Swords. And Syla Swords on her own, on her lonesome, pretty much brung UConn to their knees. That was an incredible matchup. Again, guys, I just wanted to make this video just talking about and giving out my respects and a shout out. I can't believe I'm not a supporter of Michigan, but I was thoroughly impressed. At first, I was like, this is a snooze fest. That first half, they had me in the first half. Y'all had me tricked. I thought UConn was just gonna swallow them up. They're just gonna run them over. But with Silas Swords, she said absolutely not. Not if I'm on this team. Again, she is the Steph Curry of the Michigan Wolverines. She understands the assignment. Anytime they broke out of that huddle, they fed her the ball. She made so many 3-point shots and like in big moments where people are nervous. Your heart is, beating. Big shot moments. They knew to feed the ball to Silas Swords. I just hating that last possession. When they were down 3 points. It had about 8 seconds left on the clock. They tried to give that inbound pass. And the freaking UConn Huskies, they got it. They swallowed it up. They held on to that possession that was gained. Just like the same thing happened previously, just 2 hours previously, when the USC Trojans got swallowed up. Because Cassandra Prosper of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, she jumped up. Okay, when Kennedy Smith tried to give an inbound pass to the USC Trojans, Cassandra Prosper jumped up, swallowed up the ball, held on to that position for the last 1.9 seconds of the game. Instant game over. UConn Huskies better tighten up, okay? They better tighten up. See, y'all was getting too big for them britches. Y'all getting too cocky. Y'all think that y'all gonna be number one all season long. It's gonna get harder. Somebody gonna pull that card. Okay, right now, I think, or at least just last night, Michigan Wolverines was ranked number 6. They said they need to be at least number 4 at this point. They in the top 5, period, point blank. Again, shout out to Silas Swords. You are a force to be reckoned with. And UConn Huskies, y'all better watch y'all backs and y'all front.